Translation: Your goodness has perfect vision. You yourself can know the super soul, personality of Godhead, because you are present as the plenary portion of the Lord. Although you are birthless, you have appeared on this earth for the well-being of all people. Please therefore describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, more vividly. Purport: Srila Vyasadeva is the empowered plenary portion, incarnation of the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. He descended by his causeless mercy to deliver the fallen souls in the material world. The fallen and forgotten souls are detached from the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The living entities are parts and parcels of the Lord, and they are eventually servitors of the Lord. All the Vedic literatures, therefore, put into systematic order for the benefit of the fallen souls, and it is the duty of the fallen souls to take advantage of such literatures and be freed from the bondage of material existence. Although formally Srila Narad Rishi is his spiritual master, Srila Vyasadeva is not at all dependent on the spiritual master, because in essence he is the spiritual master of everyone else. But because he is doing the work of an acharya, he has taught us by his own conduct that one must have a spiritual master, even though he be God himself. Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Ram, and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all incarnations of Godhead, accepted formal spiritual masters. Although by their transcendental nature they were cognizant of all knowledge, in order to direct people in general to the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, he himself in the incarnation of Vyasadeva is delineating the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Om Gyanantimradasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurud Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Vandeham Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Navaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagriratam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabanju Dirgapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Nama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Tvam atmanatmanam avehi amoghadrik parasya pungsa paramatmanah kalam ajam prajatam jagata shivayatan mahanubhava bhyudayo adhiganyatham. Translation again. Your goodness has perfect vision. Your goodness has perfect vision. You yourself can know the super soul personality of Godhead because you are present as a plenary portion of the Lord. Although you are birthless, you have appeared on this earth for the well-being of all people. Please therefore describe the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, more vividly. We understand from Upanishads and various literatures that the material world is a plan for the jivas to fulfill their desire to lord it over material nature and try to imitate God, which they wanted. At the same time, it's a place of suffering. Krishna doesn't like that we are here, and actually we also will not like it, but we cannot understand we are suffering. So, Krishna endeavors to bring them out. But he cannot interfere with us without desire. He cannot force us to love him and to change, because love means you come to me voluntarily and serve me. Therefore, there are different agents that he uses for purification of living entities and to bring them. From outside, guidance is given from Shastra and from Sri Guru. from within by Chaitya Guru, Paramatma. So 3 ways Jiva is gradually brought out. But again, even inside, Paramatma communicates, but only what we want. If our desire is to forget Krishna, He'll give us intelligence and facility to forget Him. If we want to be an atheist, He'll give, there are such intelligent atheists on this planet. Who's giving them intelligence? And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ye api anya devata bhakta yajante shadayanvita. He said, those who worship other living entities other than me, tasya achalam shadham tam eva vedadhami. I give them that faith to worship that other entity. Deep faith people have. Tasya achalam shadham tam eva vedadhami aham. So He'll not force us. But then how will He come back? So that is the Vedas. Vedas has been given for us to come out. At the same time, now who's going to take us to the Veda? We don't. Veda say, I'm here. I'm not going to take interest. But there are jivas who understand Krishna's plan. And then their desire is that let me bring these people to Krishna. This is their mood. And so these personalities, Krishna, when the more, depending on our purity, Krishna uses them. Like we also, if we want to serve the Lord, depending on our purity, He can empower us and bring us and give us the intelligence and capability. And therefore, Srila Bhakti Chandra Saraswati Thakur, in reference to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said that the power of a Vaishnava is his ability to bring someone to Vaishnava, how he can bring someone who's totally inimical, totally against. Also the number of people he can, you can measure. Now when you say power Vaishnava, power means people now after power, money and power, powerful body, powerful. But here we're talking about faith and surrender. How much we have surrendered. Because we came here to enjoy. So if we're going to serve the Lord, then we have to surrender our plans. That's difficult. It's because of many births we are having these plans, and we are convinced that I'll enjoy. So for someone to let go of that, that's very difficult. But if a jiva takes up the plan of the Lord to bring the other jivas back, this is a great thing, which is very much rewarding. Krishna is very pleased with this. And many times Prabhupada explains, this is the shortcut to spiritual advancement, bringing other people. One who's propagating Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that, Bhakti mai param kritva mam evaishya sanshaya. He will get bhakti without a doubt. He'll come to me, mam evaishya, the asanshaya, no doubt, don't have a doubt. He who is propagating Bhagavad Gita, propagating knowledge of me, he will come to me. Please open some window, door or something. Silence. So there are personalities who have dedicated, we are going to bring the jivas back. So these personalities, Krishna personally takes care. He personally protects them. And an example is given, like in a war situation, we experience many times, even recently, that when there's a war, generally all the supplies are disrupted. They may be because you are importing some foods, it shouldn't be like that, but some countries like Japan, Britain, they'll import everything because concrete is everywhere. They cannot grow in it, practically everything. So now, when that food comes, it's scarce. So they'll give it to the army first because they have to fight to protect. So similarly, a preacher or one who's thinking about welfare of others, Krishna personally takes charge of him. His advancement, his supply, his well-being, Krishna personally takes care. Because he said, this is a person so important, he's bringing people back, we have to take care of him. So Krishna does it, he doesn't have to, out of love, he does it, personally. Now here, Vyasadeva, he's an empowered, it says here, empowered personality, serving Krishna. So he's having perfect and super intelligence. What intelligence do I have? According to my karma and according to limitation of this body. Krishna, intelligence comes from Krishna, but how much intelligence he'll give the bear, the snake, the human being, it's different. Among animals, they say pigs are the most intelligent, then horses. Dogs are not so much. Okay, cows maybe. I'm not sure how. This is Western sources. They'll be inclined. So intelligence is given according to the body. But a devotee, if we are saying that Krishna gives intelligence, then a devotee is not bound by his body. He'll have super intelligence. He'll see things. I recall that one person who was preaching, he said that actually my horoscope, I won't go in detail, but it was showing something which was not that situation that he is in now. It was supposed to be a worse situation. So then, when he went to the astrologer wondering, oh, you're in such a good position, but here he's showing something else. He got confused. Then that person said, actually, my guru took me out of my country, told me to come in a foreign country and stay and preach here, not to go back. Then the astrologer studying, he said, yes, this is the only way you'll be saved, that if you come out, the planets are showing that. But we are not going to astrologer, no, we are going to guru. But you see, the intelligence that we need to be in a proper situation is there. It's now, Sri Guru is pure. So his intelligence is, Guru is Krishna when he talks. Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastra. Because he's doing the work of Krishna, bringing people back. So he's perfect. He's a representative of God. And so he'll speak. And whatever the best situation, the best what we have to hear, what is our rectification, it will happen. This is the nature. So someone who takes up the work of God. Now Vyas is perfect. It mentioned in one verse here, Vishala Buddhi. Vishal means great intelligence. How can you compile Vedanta without? People cannot understand Vedanta. That one word, one sentence, sutra, it's speaking deep volumes which we cannot understand. Actually, the sutras are coming from Upanishad. Upanishad itself is so high. And if we did not study Upanishad, that background of higher Vedic knowledge, we will not understand the Vedanta. But if we, then imagine the compiler, what is his position? If people read, is so intelligent and not able to understand, the one who compiled it must have been very high. So Vyasa Vishala Buddhi, he compiled the Vedas. He is a representative of God, having full and complete intelligence and ability to do that. His aim was that we prepare the Vedas, and the Vedas are meant for taking us out of here. It says that all Vedic literatures are put into systematic order for the benefit of the fallen souls. It is the duty of the fallen souls to take advantage of such literature and be freed from the bondage of material existence. Duty. How will you translate that to Sanskrit? Two words are there. Duty, in a sense, a lighter word is kartavya. Something like that. But then, because you cannot really translate Sanskrit properly to English, you could even say dharma. Kartavya is light, you can do or not do. You should do. You should do it. It's good. Daily duties. But then you have dharma that you should not avoid. So, it's the duty of the soul. We must study Vedic literature. We must. I mentioned many times, like, why do I have hands? Dog cannot hold. You see, I can hold things. I can hold a book. I can hold an iPad. I can see. Then my brain can process in a way animals cannot do. Why? Because we are meant to read Vedas. We are meant to hold Bhagavad Gita and read and look at it and understand it. This is the purpose. We can also program. Okay, and we can cook. We can do other things. But it's meant for reading Bhagavad Gita. This is the duty of the human being. We cannot avoid. I personally noticed that these devotees who spend time, you can also say non-devotees on the Vedic path. Those who study Shastra till old age and engage their mind, they delay aging, but their eyes remain sharp. It's like Krishna is giving facility. But those who don't, They may be on a spiritual path, but they are not dedicated to read. Then they quickly deteriorate because they are not using the facility. If you use the facility, then Krishna gives the proper function for us. So the duty of the Jeev is that he must study this Vedic literature. Krishna is so kind. He gave us this literature. He doesn't have to. It said, Maya Mugdha Jeev, Nahi Svata Krishna Gyan. The Jiva who has been influenced by Maya, he cannot on his own come out. Someone in a well, he cannot come out. Now he don't have these wells, but before, in the open field, they just dig a big ditch and then down there'll be water. Then they'll use that for the farm. But sometimes you may not see it and you fall down, especially evening, night. Now if it's a dried up well or even well with water and you fall in, you cannot come out. Someone has to help you out or put a rope or a ladder or something. So on our own we cannot. Just like that, when we are in Maya, we cannot come out on our own. Maya Mugdha Jeev, Nahi Svata Krishna Gyan, Jivera Kripa Kaila Krishna Veda Puran. So the Krishna took mercy and gave them the Veda. And then we don't read it. This is a big drawback. What will we do? How will we stay in the ditch? So it's the duty of the Jiva. And if he doesn't do his duty, then he'll suffer consequences. If for someone to come out of the ditch, two things are needed: endeavor and mercy. The previous Acharya explained that in the Damodar Leela, Yashoda could not bind Krishna. It was 2 fingers short, like this. 2 fingers. Then she put all the rope, still could not bind. And what do those 2 fingers represent? Endeavor and mercy. In other words, she was endeavoring. Actually, her endeavor was not to die Krishna. It was compassion. It was love, isn't it? Out of love, she was, I have to discipline my child. I have to discipline my child. He's not behaved. He'll suffer. He has to be. So it was out of love. Love manifests as anger, in different ways. Sometimes violence. But her endeavor was there. But then the mercy of God has to be there also. I may endeavor, everyone will endeavor, but who will get it? It depends on mercy of God. But also don't just, Krishna, give me mercy, or Guru's mercy, I'll get special, let's go for special mercy. Special mercy. Guru, give me mercy, you do something. I'm talking practical, I've seen. Please, give me your mercy, Prabhuji. You do something, go out, distribute books, you chant, you push the mission, Then we endeavor, then mercy comes. Okay? And mercy doesn't have to come, it may come, it may not. So, endeavor and mercy. So similarly, if we are going to come out of the ditch, we have to endeavor, but we have to get mercy of God. So, Sri Guru, he'll put the rope down. Then you have to hold it. Now Sri Guru put the rope. Guru, give me mercy. Okay, hold the rope. Please give me your mercy. Yeah, just catch the rope at least. So these two are needed. We have to endeavor. We have to make a plan. It's not easy. It's not a joke. We're in this material ocean. And in one section, Prabhupada writes that just like if you fall in the ocean, have you ever swam in the ocean? Generally in India, it's not done much. But in the West, they do a lot of swimming, or in Africa. Many times I was swimming, but here the current is so strong, people die. So now, there waves are coming like this, from behind, from the right, so many waves. You cannot float, it's difficult. Even if you know how to swim, you really have to struggle. So, if you're going to come out of this material ocean, Bhava Sagar, you have to really struggle. You don't that I'll float. No. You have to make a plan. It's something very serious to come out. Mityu samsara sagara. Krishna says in Gita that Tesham that Mityu samsara sagara. How does it start? Bhavami nachirat partha. How does it start? No, that's not it. Anyway, he says that those who are always worshipping me with love, he says, that I become the swift deliverer. Tesham aham sam. Yetu sarvani. No, that's not it. So anyway, he says that I become Nachirat Partha not after a long time, it's immediately, it's in 12.67.
Yeah. Tesham
aham samudartha mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam. And he says that Tesham aham samudartha, those who are struggling to come out, then there's a picture drawn, Prabhupada disciple in the old Gita, of Krishna coming and pulling someone out of the ocean. Tesham aham samudartha, I will come personally and rescue him. Tesham aham samudartha mrityu samsara sagara, out of the ocean of birth and death. Bhavami na chirat. Chira means long time. He says, na chira, not after a long time. It's another way of saying immediately. I'll immediately pull them out. If you pray to me, you surrender, immediately I'll come. Na chirat partha maya veshita chetasam. Because they put in their consciousness in me. They didn't put it in this matter, in this enjoyment. So I will come, I will rescue, I will save them from this ocean. So one has to struggle. So when now Guru puts the rope, we have to endeavor. At same time, he will pull us out through the rope. And you have to catch the rope, then gradually you'll pull, or you climb up, whatever it is, but hold it tight. So this is the, both things are needed in spiritual life. Both. And Krishna has given the Vedas. It says that Jivaira Kripa Kaila Krishna Veda Puran. He gave the Vedas, the Puranas for us, and the duty of which we should read it. Here we are seeing that Vyasa has taken a guru, Narad Muni. Actually, everyone should take a guru, because we cannot hear the Super Soul now. Super Soul is speaking. We cannot hear what is it, because of the volume of our material desires. You know, sometimes we go and distribute a book. Take the books. But take it. No, but the person speaking, we're not letting him talk. Fine, he's speaking. I have it. I want another book. Okay. Listen to him, what he's saying. He's communicating. Similarly, my plan, this plan, that plan, inside, Paramatma is telling his plan. I'm not listening. Because my volume is too loud. I'm talking to you, sometimes people are shouting, they will not hear each other. So, too much volume. My plan, this plan, that plan. You first of all, what is the plan of Sri Guru? What is Prabhupada's plan? What is our Diksha Guru's plan? What is Krishna's plan? Here in Bhagavad Gita, it's there. Bhagavatam. Find out their plan. Make that your plan. And then Krishna will come in. And other problems we see that are problems. They're not problems. Yesterday we had that evening class. And then one boy said, I have this anxiety, fear and all that. I said, this is not the problem. This is the symptom. That is not the problem. Problem is we turned away from Krishna. Then came this mind problem, health problem, this problem, that problem. These are symptoms of a deeper problem. Forgetfulness of Krishna. Vyasadeva took a guru. Apparently, we had to take a guru, but he did not need to take a guru. Here it says that Srila Vyasadeva is not at all dependent on a spiritual master, because he is the spiritual master of everyone. Vyasa. Whoever is speaking on topics of Bhagavad Gita, he is said to be sitting on the Vyasa asana. Because he is undertaking that. Vyasa has written this knowledge, which I am going to come as a represent. I will attempt to be a bona fide representative of Vyasa and communicate that message, what he has written. I'll communicate it and attempt to make people understand it. So that it becomes Vyasa asana. It's a big thing. It's a responsibility. People have to come, in some qualification. But so Vyasa himself doesn't need a guru, but he's showing us. He's showing that finally we have to come to Guru and find out his plan and follow him. Otherwise we won't be happy. What is the plan? Find out the plan. That the plan of this whole creation, material spiritual world, is that we have to act in accordance with Krishna. We have to be one with the desire of Krishna. In the material world, this means following Varnashram Dharma, following Sri Guru. Two things are there. When we have a guru, we follow him, that's okay. Also, following Varna and Ashram, Vishnu becomes very happy with that. Varnashrama Charvata Purushena Parapuman Vishnu Aradhyate Pantha Nanya Tattosha Karanam. There is no better way to please Vishnu than Varnashrama Charvata, following Acharvata, following the Varnashram system. Vishnu becomes happy. Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. We have to follow a path. And some don't want this, don't want that, and then in between, then that is, we're not doing our duty. Should be also that it was the plan of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, then Bhakti Siddhanta and Srila Prabhupada. It should be our plan also to establish Varnashram again. That is the plan. Because any time that the Vedas knowledge is taught, Vedic knowledge and the Bhakti knowledge, Bhakti is not dependent on Varnashram, but it's practically almost very difficult, impossible to do without. So we have to find out the plan and follow. So Vyasa didn't need a guru, but he's showing us that we have to have a guru. We have to be following the plan. What is the plan of Sri Guru? And his guru will be the same as the previous Acharya, the same as Krishna's plan, same as the Shastra here. So Vyasadeva was fully cognizant. Here there's a word which it came before. It says here, Amogadirk, one who has perfect vision. A few verses ago this came. This is 21. So that was Shuchi Shavaha persons. My dear Vyas, even though Shuchi Shavaha, the people in general, whatever your desire or Vyas, your vision. Yeah, 13. 1.5.13. There, again it says, Ato Mahabhagan Bhavan Amoghadirk. It's same word is repeated in 13. So Amoghadirk, now here and there, what is the meaning? Amoghadirk. It's a very deep meaning. Moga, if you see in Bhagavad Gita, there's a verse, Moga Asha, Moga Karmano, Moga Jnana Vichetasaha. Those who don't surrender to Krishna, Moga Jnana, they'll be frustrated to get knowledge. They'll not get knowledge. Their knowledge will be defective. Moga Jnana, Moga Asha, and their desires to fulfill their desire, that will be frustrated. Moga Asha, Moga Karmano. And even they'll be doing karma to get some benefit. They'll not even be able to do that. Moga Asha, Moga Karma, Moga Jnana Vichetasaha. And then the Vichetasa, their consciousness will also be polluted. So Moga means something like polluted and not able to come on that pure level, proper level. So Amogha means no defect, actual purity, Amogh. So what is here Amogh? Druk. It says here. Druk is vision. Druk, drish. So, because he's saying to Vyas, you have perfect vision. Earlier it said that, Atho Mahabhavan Bhavan Amoghadirk Shuchi Shavaha Shruti Sarvarata Dirda Vrataha. You are determined, you have perfect vision. Okay, now what does this mean? That look, if I point at the bucket, if all three of us see the bucket, we'll think differently. One will feel, oh, bucket, I don't like, I prefer shower. Or other will think, look at that color, I don't like it, I like this color, whatever. So in the same way, supposing a particular person comes, we'll all look at him differently. I like that person, I don't like him, this person's good, he's not good. Everyone has their vision, it's contaminated. We cannot see without contamination. Bhagavad Gita, you go on the street, everyone has a different reaction. Vyasa is not like that. He doesn't have any judgment. He's fully in his vision, his action, everything is fulfilling Krishna's order. And so, he's not going to put in that his desires. Amogadirk means he's seeing things for what they are, what it is. Not that I like, I don't like. People write history in their books, they'll write and they'll, be, if a British person is writing history, the British Empire, he'll write something so great, But if a French person is writing, France and this, Britain, not so much, they're not Amogadirk. Now, if you're going to write Vedic knowledge, you have to be Amogadirk, isn't it? If I'm going to put something, then my guna has entered. If guna has entered, how will you become free from guna by studying that literature? Amogadirk, it has to be a pure devotee. Pure devotee. liberated, not under guna. Vyasa is not under guna, therefore his vision is pure. When he's going to write Puranas, he'll put his own, write everything factually for what it is. Vedanta Sutra, everything. He wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. Perfect literature. You have to be perfect. He's qualified to speak on this topic. Otherwise, it's not possible. Therefore, Narad Muni is saying that Vyas, your vision is perfect. You are Mogadirk. And he says that Parasya Pungsa Paramatmana Kalam. You can know the Supreme Personality of Godhead because you are present as a plenary portion of the Lord. That Narad Muni is telling Vyas, you are doing the work of Krishna. You appeared here as an avatar. Avatar means there are different avatars. He's not Krishna. He's a jiva, but fully empowered. His faculties of reason, intelligence, and senses are empowered by Krishna. So it's going to be perfect, everything. So he's saying, you are Mogadik, you are Pungsa Paramatmana Kalam, Ajam, and Ajam means?
Ajam.
Yeah. That you are not taking birth in, of course, Vyasa appeared from, is it? Satyavrati. Satyavati. Yeah. Parashamuni and Satyavati. But in the sense here is that he did not take birth like us. He took birth but with full intelligence, knowledge, purity, everything. So in other, he's not taking birth like us. He says, Ajam, you are not taking birth. He's saying these qualities, that Vyas, you have perfect vision, you know the super soul, because you're present as the plenary portion of the Lord, and although you're birthless, you appeared on the earth for well-being. That you're a highly qualified person, you're perfectly situated. Please therefore describe the transcendental pastimes of Krishna more vividly. You can tell Vyas. Not everyone can do that. So many rishis, munis we know, they may not be pure devotees, and they get attracted by women and all these things. But Vyas, he was not attracted to anything material. Being on the spiritual platform, he was ordered by Narad Muni, you do this. You write on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is a qualification needed. If you even in Prabhupada says same thing, that even in Iskcon, he wrote in Chaitanya Charitamrita in certain purports. In the purports which explain how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was ordered by Raghunath Das Goswami, his guru, Rupa Raghunath, maybe Rupa Goswami? No, Raghunath. He was ordered to write the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the later years, because Chaitanya Bhagavatam was written for the early part of the year. Then what about the other part? Because that is when he debated and went to South India, and everyone wants to know, and the philosophical part is there. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he said, how can I write? How can I write? But that is the humility of a devotee. He was saying that, you're writing about God, you have to be pure. Because you're describing spiritual topics which should be perfect. My desires, my things should not come there. It's a great thing to write transcendental literature. So he went to Madan Mohan, now situated in Karoli, that is Madan Mohan Vrindavan, and he bowed down, and then the garland of Madan Mohan fell on him. Then everyone was cheering. So then he took as sign that, okay, that I think Krishna will support my action. He will, facilitate, give me intelligence. Otherwise, the concern is there that what will I write? People will take it as not pure. So this purity is important, and that is Chaitanya Charitamrita is a shastra. It's written. We can imagine of Vyas. He wrote all these Shruti, Smriti, Vedanta, which are perfect. Still people criticize. This is not right. They don't understand who he is. But we honor him every time before Bhagavatam. We honor, because we understand that our knowledge is coming through him. He was a Mogadik, so he could present it properly. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu. It is told like Bhagavad Gita was initially meant for Raja Rishi, who were saintly kings at the beginning. Then, why it is now everyone should read it. When it was initially meant for saintly kings who are in administrative level.
Yeah, actually that was not what for my understanding. It says that Imam Rajarshayo Viduhu Ivam Parampara Praptam, that the Rajarshis understood it in that way. Then Prabhupada explains the rulers must know this knowledge. They must know, because you're going to govern. What are you governing? And what is your purpose of government? But at the same time, in one purport, Prabhupada says it seems that Bhagavad Gita was spoken in the midst of the armies and everyone heard it. This is the proof that Bhagavad Gita is meant for everyone. It's in a purport in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita in Prabhupada's commentary. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is meant for everyone. And if you see in the introduction, there's one section. Prabhupada says, just who is Bhagavad Gita meant for? Then there's a whole paragraph. It says that many jivas are in this world, roaming, going up and down different planetary systems, different bodies. Somehow or other, some reach the human platform. In the human platform also, some are dedicated to enjoying this world, and out of them, some of them get this idea that something is wrong, I'm suffering, I have to come out of this world. Prabhupada said, Bhagavad Gita is meant for them. Jigyasu, who are starting to question. Now, if someone is in the middle of enjoying his life in opulence and victory, you give him Gita, he's not. Who is it meant for? Prabhupada said, these people who begin to question as to why I'm here, why I took birth. That is who Gita is for. But, especially for the ruler, they must understand that. Everyone is there, surrendering to them, that you take us, you guide us, you arrange the society, you take control of the destiny of this society and this community. So what will you do? Build more shopping malls? No. Start a space program? No. Establish dharma, establish the four regulative principles, teachings of Sanatana Dharma. The pillars have to be set up, and the military armed forces should regulate it. So especially for them, but for everyone actually who wants to be liberated. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.